Hello my friends! Today I have the Clear Jelly Stamper subscription plates for, I believe, July. I'm still a little confused about the subscription that they have because I haven't really been getting communication or emails and stuff, but I don't care enough to fix it, so they're just showing up whenever they show up. So here's our first one. It's like tiles. I think they look really cool. I think it's neat that you can like build your own. I love layering stuff, which is why I have this subscription in the first place. So yeah, last month they had like some swirls or something, and or they had some French tips is what it was, and I was like, meh. So I feel kind of meh about this, but that's just me. And then the other plate they had last month had like little surfer girls on it, and I thought that was really cute. And I did a gel manicure on my own nails with it. That's how much I liked it. And I also really like this plate, the little ocean whales and stuff. I mean, for real. So I thought I would make a manicure with this. And I wanted to just kind of like use a lot of the images and reiterate some of the tips and stuff I have for layered stamping. Let's get that blue film. Super nice. Okay, so I put down some, like a light kind of sparkly blue. This was Divine Daydream by Paparazzi, which I think is from like CVS. And you can use any light blue. I kind of thought light blue, just adding a little of that watercolor instead of it being white. That's just a little too boring for me. I'm thinking I'm going to start with the whale just because I think it looks really cool. And I'm thinking it's probably best to start with the bottom. I picked out Front Page and Spikes from Maniology Stamping Polish. So let me start down here. And this looks like it's probably gonna fit across 2 nails, possibly. So I'm gonna put his or her face right there. Picking up the top part. And just looking where that lines up. I guess. It's a little hard to see. And then I think I'm going to use Delirium for the outline. I was kind of going back and forth whether I wanted like white or a darker color, but I think I'm going to be using white for some other things, and so I don't want to do white with a white outline. Looks pretty cool so far. I guess let me do this again because maybe I do need this little fin there. I didn't get that on there. Like that, I guess. Get that spot. And do my outline and see if I messed up. I think I got it pretty good. little whale. How cute. Let's keep going. I was thinking of adding like these little waves on top to kind of make it look like the whale is just under the surface. Make sure we get all our little excess stuff off of there. So I'll just put that like that. And maybe I'll use the other one here. I like that. I'm gonna do one more. Like that. Oh, that's so cute. And I might as well put one over here. I didn't even notice there's a tiny little whale. Should I add a baby whale? Oh, I wish I'd given it a little more room. Now that I'm seeing it, I guess it could go there. Well, that's fine. I did want to do these little leaves. I don't know why, but they look really cool to me. The like seaweed stuff. So this is Zombie Hut, which looks really nice next to this blue base. They're both sort of pastel, which I love. Just put those kind of wherever. And then rather than doing the Delirium, I'm going to do this is Emerald City. So I'm gonna, with the tips it's a little easier, but you can use your thumb to brace. Kind of, at least for me, the way my hands work, it helps if I lean my thumb against the base of my other thumb and just to kind of steady things. So there's no slipping around. What do we think about this bottle? It's kind of big, but oh, here's a little one right here. Yeah, I really like that they have the different sizes. That's so handy. And they're facing the different directions. That's cool. Let me do this little bottle here. And this is pretty straightforward, I think. So they want to do like a gray outline. That's like the lines between. Maybe we'll keep this one blank, or maybe do like a little bit darker blue. Okay, I'm thinking, I'm kind of thinking maybe like green glass. I don't know if that's a little too weird, but let's try it. Let's see if it'll work. It may not turn out how I want. Oopsie. Kind of caught that edge there. I think it's okay though. I'll put the bottle like it's kind of bobbing at the surface there. And I'm glad we have our guide. So I can see that this is the space inside the bottle. And I'm gonna do it like a blue-green. So it's like a combo of the water and the glass. And then this is pretty easy too. I'm just lining it up. I know it's kind of hard to see, but once the outline goes on there, it's all gonna make sense. And then I wanted to do the note in like a little bit of green, but I think it's actually too similar. So I'm gonna just do a white. It's looking so cute so far. Let's add a little more little planty stuff here. This is just called Mint. And it's pretty light colored. Gonna do Zombie Hut for the outline. There we go. Well, that might be a little too subtle. Let's try again with this outline. Do Emerald City again. Oh yeah, that's cool. Getting there. There's like a part of me that doesn't want to do this because I don't know, it's like I'm thinking of it as one scene, but I'm gonna do a little one of these more complicated layered images here just to show you how to do that if you missed my last video. I'm just gonna put a little sticky base coat on here. Oops, I need this. Okay, actually, I'm gonna use Mint because it blends in with the background so well, but I can still see it. So she's gonna go right there. And I'm sure it looks invisible on camera, but at an angle I can see it, which is all I need. Oh, this is kind of a weird color, but let me see how pistachio looks for the hair. Okay, so you can see where I'm going with this. It's still not easy. So I haven't done a blonde person in a while. This is sort of greenish blonde, but good enough. This is Latte. That might be way off with the colors here. And she has little hands as well. I'm thinking the shirt will be frosty. And then we have a hat. And a paper boat. Okay, doesn't look like much. Moment of truth. Perfect. So perfect. I do see one mistake I made here. I didn't clean off my stamper. So I accidentally stamped some pistachio up here. I'll just cover that up. And because I kind of wanted to tie these in, I am going to put a little bit more white waves. I'll just pick this up, clean it off, and then I'm going to add these waves underneath. So it kind of looks like she's putting a boat in the water, and maybe she's about to find this message in a bottle. I wonder what it says. Have you ever sent a message in a bottle? I grew up in Florida, and that's something we would do every once in a while. Put a little note in the bottle with your address and just imagine where it goes. I never heard back from anybody though. Okay, well, here's our completed manicure, and it's kind of short and sweet, I guess. Kind of simple. It was really fun to make. This is plate CJS PMC 104, which is the subscription plate for, I believe, we're in July 2024. And it also came with PMC 102. My fave was definitely the message in a bottle. So I'm really curious what you think of this plate, and if you had to send a message in a bottle, what would it say? So thanks so much for joining me. I hope that gives you a couple of tips for how to do layered stamping, or at the very least, I hope it was fun to watch. So leave me a comment what you think, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. So until next time.